by a show of hands, I'm wondering who could tell me if you've ever had a difficult time making a decision in your life. So all hands are up, rightfully so, right? This is a tough part of life, knowing if we're making the right decision, if we're making the wrong decision, and considering that, we have the high school decision looming on our heads. I figured it'd be an appropriate time to talk about this idea. I want to share a story with you. As decisions have proven time and time again that they can be life-changing, I'd like to share an experience that I had that was ultimately extremely life-changing for me. I was a senior in high school, and my friend Joey asked me to hang out with him after school. We were going to go to his house to play Xbox. And we're driving on the way home from school to his house, and he gets a phone call from a girl. Says, "Joe, I want to hang out." So Joey's asking me, I'd like to hang out. And, "Aaron, do you mind if we pick up this girl? We're going to hang out. We'll bring her to my house. She's a good friend of mine." I said, "Joe, are we going to play Xbox? I really want to play. Like, that's the plan today, right? We're cool?" He goes, "Yeah, we're going to play. Don't worry about it." So we pick up the girl. We bring her to the house. And now 20 minutes goes by, half hour goes by, an hour goes by. We're still not playing, and I'm getting really, really upset. And I look at Joe, and I'm like, "Joe, you told me we were going to play." At the time, the game was called Rock Band. Very, very fun game. "What's going on here? I want to play. I'm tired. I'm annoyed." All they're doing is they're looking at pictures of babies. I don't know, they have the same nephew, and I'm getting all gassed and annoyed. This girl is like really starting to bother me and annoy me. Having a hard time. And at the time, I remember thinking about a decision that I ultimately needed to make. Should I stay or should I go? Which ironically enough is one of the songs that was featured in Rock Band. But should I stay or should I go? And I really, really wanted to go. But something inside of me told me, just stick it out. Stay. So I ultimately decided to stay. Eventually we got to play Rock Band, but something bigger and better came out of that experience.
No matter.
The girl that ultimately was there was my wife, Jill. And obviously history speaks for itself. Boys, we have a hard time when it comes to making decisions, and we have an even harder time doing something called trusting our gut, right? Sometimes when it comes to decision making, we have this innate feeling that we know what we want to do, we know what we should do, but we have a very hard time trusting us. And the question is why? Why do we have such a hard time trusting ourselves? And then what do we do about it? Because making decisions can, as we've seen, be life-changing. And how do we know that we're putting ourselves in the best position to be the most successful, to make the right quote-unquote decisions? So let's talk about why. Why is there a struggle? So I think there's a lot of different reasons we could offer. I'm going to throw out a couple, right? First and foremost, what I think gets in the way of us making decisions and trusting our gut instinct is we lack self-confidence. We don't feel that we are the best decision maker. We don't feel that we're the ones, right, who are so strong in the idea of, I know what needs to be done. Maybe we lack certain information and knowledge. Maybe we feel inferior and we feel like there's something that we're lacking. But the end result is we don't feel like we're qualified to make such a decision. Reason number one. Reason number two is because in the past, if I'm judging previous experiences, maybe my gut hasn't always worked out best for me. And so just based on pure track record alone, right, I've learned that I can't really trust myself, that when push comes to shove, do I have what it takes to make the best decision for me? The answer most likely has been no, just based on sample size of previous experience. So this is really, really tough because our brains are hardwired to literally survive. So our brain technically should know best, should know how to help us most out of anybody on planet Earth. Yet, the person who is most qualified to help me be my best self, I have no trust or faith in. That's a problem. So I want to offer a suggestion, something that I've done personally in my life, and something that maybe will work for you as well. When it comes down to a decision-making time, you need to ask yourself one very fundamental question. And the question is, does my gut feeling or does my alternating opinion contradict my value system that I've set up for myself? Whatever that means for you, right? The right decision for one person doesn't necessarily mean it's the best decision for everybody. It means it's best for you because all of us have different values that we feel help make us our best self. So let's just give a concrete example. Let's just say, since we're talking about high schools and the decision making that goes into high schools, let's just say you've determined a very important value in your life is you want to be a responsible person, right? You want to be somebody who's studious. You want to really make sure that you are taking ownership over your own life. You want to be responsible. And now you're weighing the difference between two different schools, or maybe it's 3, 4 different schools. And you have a gut feeling, right? I know in my gut I should go to this school. But I'm overthinking it, I'm overanalyzing it, and something is telling me that maybe I'm not, my gut is off and I should go with another decision. Here's the question that you ultimately need to ask yourself. Is my decision aligned with the values that I believe make me my best self? Am I choosing this school because it's the easy way out and because I don't have to be a responsible person and it's just the cool, trendy thing that people are doing, so I'll do it too? Right? And so if that's the answer, so that should help you understand as to whether or not your gut is on instinctively, or if it's off because of, this idea that I don't necessarily trust myself. And so, for me, once upon a time when I was a punk kid in high school, I had to make a decision. Now, I didn't go through this process at the time, but if I could go back in time to try out this process, it would look a little bit like this. I want to be a respectful person. That's the type of person that I've decided helps me become my best self, when I'm respectful. How respectful would it have been if I decided to just up and leave because I wasn't happy with the way things were going? That would have been really inconsiderate. My friend opened his home to me, and there was another girl who was there, right? Another person who was in the room. What message would it have sent if I had walked out of the room?
I hate this girl.
This girl's annoying and I hate her. Or my friend is not nice to me and he doesn't want to do what I want to do.
You still hate her?
But making those decisions wouldn't have necessarily allowed me to be as respectful as I ultimately wanted to be. So in that case, it worked that I was supposed to trust my gut, and obviously history shows, look what happened as a result of it.
What do you say?
So boys, decision making right now might be about high school in this moment in your life, but it's not just going to be about high school, right? As you navigate through your life as an adolescent, it's going to be, do I go to that party? It's going to be, should I study for my test or should I go out and do something else? It's going to be, should I do whatever, right? When I'm in business, do I do something that's unethical or do I do something even though it won't produce me as much money, right? There's going to be a number of circumstances and scenarios that you find yourself in, and your gut is going to scream an answer inside. It's going to say you, this is the answer. Trust me. The question will be, does it match a value that helps you become your best self, or does it not? History will show that you are your best advisor. You know what's best. Do you really know that? Shabbat Shalom.